So this is the final outcome of my computer build. Just want to glamorize that. It's really nice, but at the same time kind of sketchy, and I'm going to briefly describe this as fast as I can. So at the bottom here we have a enormous 230mm Bitfenix Spectra Pro LED that is intaking air from the bottom, blowing it up into the case. Over here we have a 140mm Bitfenix Spectra Pro LED fan exhausting air out. And then we have a SwiftTech H140X all-in-one CPU cooler. It is attached to the 140mm fan, both mounted on the rear of the case. And these tubes go straight to the CPU. You can see that light up S thing, and that's where it's connected to the CPU. Moving on, we have the motherboard itself, which is a Asus Republic of Gamers Maximus 8 Gene, and it unfortunately has red lights, but I had no choice to get it because it was the only one compatible with the parts. For the actual CPU, I have a Intel 6700K 4 GHz processor, and up here we have a EVGA GeForce GTX 970. I forget the exact spec, but it's the 1.27 gigahertz core clock one. And then in there we have two blue sticks of two 8 gigabit RAM sticks by G.Skill Ripjaws 5, total of 16 gigabits. I have here a 5 terabyte Toshiba 720 RPM 128 megabyte cache. I have a Corsair 850 power supply, which is probably too large for this build, but that's okay. And unfortunately this part here is sketchy. It's not mounted or anything because I want to show off all this and I want to see all the lights. So it's kind of just sitting there, but it's not vibrating, so that's good. Here in the front we have a Bitfenix Recon fan controller, which has 4 fans hooked up to it right now. Let's see here, fan 1 being the big fan at the bottom, fan 2 being the 140mm fan, fan 3 there's no fan, and 4 and 5 are the 120mm fans. I normally keep it on 4 to monitor this here because that's temperature sensing. I have temperature sensors in there. There's one right there, that's number 4, and it's sensing the temperature for my graphics card. Yeah, there's one. Number 1 is right there, just above my finger, on the back of the fan. That's sensing the intake. Number 2, I believe, is on the CPU, right there. If you can see that little silver thing, you can see the little black thing that's going down into the CPU area. It's not on anything major, it's just kind of sitting there on the bracket that holds the CPU in place. Number 3 is in between the RAM, just sitting there measuring that temperature. Number 4 is there, and number 5 you can see really well actually, it's right there. Should probably adjust that cord later on. So yeah, that measures all the temperatures here, 1 through 5, and that's that. I also have a 240 40 gigabit SSD in the back that you can't see. I was going to mount it here to show it off, but the cord to plug it in would have been too stressed, because the plug-in would have to be like this, the way it can, which is the only way it could be mounted. I would have to plug it in like this, and the cable on the back side would have been way too stressed, because it can't really extend over the side. The SSD came to right about here, and it just wouldn't work, so unfortunately I can't show that off. Let's see, peripherals. I have this glamorous keyboard, which is the Razer Black Widow Chroma, and I haven't changed any coloring, so yeah. I also have this Razer Tartarus gaming keypad, which I use often when playing games, and just this Logitech wireless mouse, because yeah. And then I have the other gaming controllers for other gaming consoles, which are all aligned here in a nice blue setup.